everyone. I hope everyone's having a good day today. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're not going to focus on makeup. We're going to focus on beauty masks. And I decided to do masks, I have to say, because last couple days have been really busy for me for work. Some of us, I think, are home with less to do. Others, like myself, my daytime job has gotten even more intense than it normally is, and normally it's pretty intense. So I'm kind of exhausted physically, emotionally maybe. And so I was thinking, what do I do to relax? All of us, whether it's work or personal or just everything that's going on right now, feel stressed and overwhelmed. And what do I do to help with that stress, with that anxiety? What are the things that I feel are helpful to me? To relax, to calm down. Makeup is one of them. I do enjoy most of the time putting on makeup and doing my hair, but when I don't, there are other things that I love to do. One of them, and this is not in any way sponsored or nobody's giving me any money to say this, is my Peloton. For those of you out there who have them, you understand. I love my Peloton. I love the classes. I love the instructors. It really does help me de-stress. I know some folks are runners, other folks. I'm a hot yoga person. I love hot yoga. I go 2 to 3 times a week. And of course, I can't go now because the studio is closed. So I've done Peloton for the last year or so. In addition to the hot yoga, I really enjoy it. And I used to be a gymnast when I was young, so a lot of my joints are messed up. So there's some, like running just does not work well for my knees or my ankles or anything, but the bike is great. So for those of you who are thinking about things like, how do I stay in shape at home, or how do I de-stress? Just totally, again, unsolicited, the Peloton is a great option if that's something that you can afford and that you're interested in. But today we're going to talk about something in the beauty line, in addition to working out and eating well, are beauty masks. And the ones that I've picked for today, I have top 5. They are different in what they're really used for, and they're different price points as well. But I have to say, to me, it's de-stressing to do the mask. You put it on, just kind of relax. You smooth it into your skin. It's kind of a nice ritual. When I was younger, I didn't do masks very often. I just was kind of like, oh, I don't need a mask. That was short-sighted on my part, because masks are great. You don't have to do them all the time. You could do them every night if you wanted to. They have all different purposes, different types of masks. I have really dry skin, and rosacea, very sensitive skin, so I don't use like peel-off masks or clay masks in general, although I have an asterisk to that. But these are more hydrating masks that I use. So again, if you have oily skin, these might not work for you, except for one of them. But let's go ahead and get started, and we'll talk a little bit about it. Okay, so the first 2 masks are from the same brand, and they are Sisley. And the first one is the Sisley Black Rose Cream Mask. And if you guys are familiar with Sisley, it has this black rose scent. If you don't like fragrance, or any kind of fragrance, you're probably not gonna like this. It's 2 ounces. The way they describe it is revitalizing, softening, hydrating. It contains black rose and something called, which I'm not gonna get right, Padina pavonica extract. Don't know. But it is smoothing, it is plumping, it is brightening, but it doesn't dry out my skin. I can't do masks that are, I know some folks use masks to draw out impurities in their skin. Most of the time, those types of masks hurt my skin. They just make it redder or irritated. This does not do any of those things. It smooths, it plumps, it hydrates, it brightens all at the same time. I often will use this instead of, quote, a mask for 10 to 15 minutes. I will put a light layer all over my face and go to bed. And I wake up, my skin looks really great in the morning. So I do love it. The second one, again from Sisley, is the Velvet Sleeping Mask. And I would say that this is probably my favorite mask. I've used up like half of it already. And I haven't had it that long, this particular bottle. So it is the Velvet Sleeping Mask with saffron flowers. They say it's restorative and soothing. It has thyme honey in it and shea butter. It is a beautiful mask. Again, I use it the same kind of way. Sometimes I'll use it for just, 10, 15 minutes as a mask. Oftentimes I'll use it as just a thin layer and go to bed. My skin looks fantastic in the morning, plump, hydrated, just really, really pretty. And the smell. I wish there was a way for me to get the smell through the camera to you. I don't like flowery smells. One day I'll do a perfume video because I have a lot, and I mean a lot, of perfumes. And none of them have a real floral scent. There's some with roses, but that's about it. And this scent with the saffron flowers, I love. I mean, honestly, I wish they would make this, Sisley, if you're listening, make this into a fragrance. I would wear it every single day. It's gorgeous. It's stunningly beautiful. So in addition to being a great mask, it smells amazing. Next is the La Mer. It's the Intensive Revitalizing Mask. And of these masks, this is probably the one I've used the longest. Like, this is the one that I've been using the longest amount of time. It is, I should have mentioned, the other two are 2 ounces a piece. This one is 2.5 ounces. It says that it re-energizes, plumps, protects, and has it's just been that kind of day. Proprietary ferments, which is, they're referring to their miracle broth that's in all of their La Mer products. Now, I know La Mer can be a touchy subject for folks. Some people feel like La Mer is, not worth the money, and that's all fine. If you don't like La Mer or you don't feel like it's worth it, absolutely don't buy it. But I will say I've been using La Mer products for 20 years, and for me, especially 20 years ago, when my skin was really sensitive and red and irritated and I was allergic to everything, La Mer was the only product, and I'm talking about the original cream product, that I could use. Everything else irritated my skin. Everything else made my skin look worse. So no matter what anyone says about La Mer, for me, it was a lifesaver. And so I continue to use their products. They work really well for me. And the Revitalizing mask is great. I do it similar to the Sisley masks. Sometimes I'll put it on as a mask, but most of the time I put on a light layer and just go to bed with it on. And you wake up looking just plumped, I guess is the best way to describe it. La Mer has that La Mer scent. To me, it always kind of smells a little bit like seaweed. I know it's not the most appetizing smell, but I mean, now I like it because I've been using it for so many years, but it's certainly not as nice as the saffron flower one. So. Next is a mask that's really, really new to me. And you'll know I mentioned at the beginning that I don't use clay masks. And I don't use clay masks because I've used clay masks in the past. And yes, it detoxifies, it removes impurities, but it also, for me, irritates my skin. My skin is dry to begin with. Clay masks in general dry them out. This one, though, does not. This is a great mask, and I owe my sister Catherine, if she's watching, credit for this because she wanted to try some of the Stri-Vectin products, and I was like, well, I'll try something, I'll try a mask. And this is the Multi-Action Blue Rescue Clay Renewal Mask. Total mouthful there. And this one is 3.2 ounces, so it's a little bit bigger. And I'll put all the details in the box below. But it is nourishing. It has oceanic extracts and probiotics, and it addresses the look of fine lines. This is what they say: large pores, texture, and dullness. It has blue algae, white clay, and probiotics in it. And one thing that's really cool about it is that it's white. The cream itself, I'll show you it's got like little blue bits in it, but you can hopefully see it's just a white cream, right? Clay. And when you massage it into the skin, it turns this beautiful bright blue. In fact, it turns the color of my sweatshirt that I have on today. And yes, I don't generally wear sweat, but I was like, yeah, I'm wearing a sweatshirt. I'm not up to dress clothes today. So I'm wearing a sweatshirt. But it turns about like this color. This is the color it turns. And it doesn't dry out my skin. It doesn't irritate my skin. I only use it at most twice a week. I will admit I don't use it every night. So maybe if I used it more often it would. But I really find it to be it sort of cleans out any oil or buildup that I do have, because I do get that from time to time. It's nourishing. My skin does look a little less like if I feel like I have some enlarged pores or lines, it does diminish the look of them. And I really like it. I really have been enjoying it. I've had it for about a month, and it's a great product. I think it's really excellent. And last on my list is a product that I've used for quite some time. Not as long as the La Mer, but quite some time. And this is from Lush. Now, Lush you'll probably think of in your local mall, or maybe you've been to a Lush store. Obviously, unfortunately, we can't go to Lush stores right now. Lush stores have, if you go into the stores, every Thursday, I think it is, I could be wrong about that, they have fresh beauty masks. And I love their fresh beauty masks. There's one called Don't Look at Me that's blue that has like a lemon in it, and people who know Lush will know all the stuff that's in it. But I love that mask, and it works really, really well on me, and I really enjoy it. But you cannot get any of their fresh face masks right now because they were only available in stores, and the stores, of course, are closed. So, at least here in Massachusetts. So, there are a couple masks that they have that you can buy online. My favorite is a mask, but not really. And what I mean by that is they describe it as a face and body mask, but I describe it as a scrub. And it's cup of coffee. And it's actually cup o coffee, but I just feel weird saying that. And this is the 5.2 ounces. I think it comes in 3 different sizes. And it's a great product. It's literally got agave syrup, coffee, and then a bunch of different, let's see, it's kaolin, glycerin, and a couple of other products. I mean, I could list them if you're interested. It's self-preserving, so it stays for a while, not like the fresh face masks that go bad pretty quickly. And there's ground coffee in here, and it scrubs away the dirt, cleans your skin, it leaves your skin brightened, and sort of infuses some caffeine into your skin. It's a gorgeous mask, scrub, whatever you want to call it. I leave it on for like 10 minutes, and what I do is I scrub it into my skin. So it's a physical exfoliator, not an acid or something. It literally physically exfoliates your skin with the coffee grounds. But it also brightens and gives takes away the dullness of your skin because you leave it on for like 10 to 15 minutes. The smell is amazing. If you like the smell of coffee, I know a lot of us do. It's coffee because there's coffee in it, so it smells like coffee. It's fabulous, and I've been using this, I don't know, 3 or 4 years. It's just an excellent product. It's a decent price point. It takes a long time to go through it. It smells like coffee, and it's a great scrub for those of you who like physical exfoliants instead of chemical ones. It's a great choice. It doesn't dry out my skin. Like I said, my skin is dry. I have rosacea and my skin gets irritated easily. Doesn't irritate my skin. It's an excellent choice. So those are my top 5. I'd love to hear from all of you if there's masks that you enjoy that I do not have on the list. I've been trying to try more masks lately. Like I said, when I was younger, I really didn't have a lot of them. I don't know why, I just really didn't get into masks. When I would go and get a facial or something, obviously they would do the whole line and they would do a mask, and I always thought it kind of was just reserved for that. Like if you go to a spa and you do a spa day, you get a mask, but you don't do them at home. And I feel like that was stupid. I don't know what I was thinking. And I really started to build up my mask collection over the last couple years, and I'm really enjoying these, but I would love to hear, if there's ones that you enjoy that work really well for you. And I'll get back to makeup, I promise. There's a lot of suggestions from all of you out there about future videos that you'd like me to do. I'm on it, I've got a list. I've mentioned this in my comments, but I really haven't said this necessarily on camera. My job is way more than 40 hours a week kind of job. And so sometimes it's hard for me to film. I really film on the weekends, if at any time, because that's really the only time I have. So it takes me a little bit longer to get to filming a lot of things, but they're on my list. I will get to them. Thank you for all the suggestions. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for your comments. Thank you for liking and subscribing. I really do appreciate it. I hope you're all taking care of each other out there and yourselves. Give yourself a little bit of slack. I've heard from a lot of folks, whether through YouTube, social media, or just in my daily life, who are really beating themselves up for whatever it is they're doing at home. Eating too much, not exercising enough, feeling bad, just feeling kind of, you know, sad. And this is such a difficult time for everyone. Just cut yourself a break. With that, if you're so inclined, please like, please subscribe. That would be awesome. Okay. Thanks again, guys. I hope to see you again soon. Bye.